Hi everyone. This is a walkthrough of LMX Content, the content management system of LMX for connected screens and OOH inventory. This is the URL of the platform: cms.movingwalls.com. When you log in, the first screen you would see is the dashboard. Here you would see the number of devices that are online and offline. This basically means the devices or players that has been installed with LMX Content Client app. On the right you can see the active network that is currently being used. Then you have a storage indication of how many pieces of content has been loaded into the CMS platform. You can also see the release information of the latest features of the LMX Connect platform. If you click More, you can then see all the features and also download the release document on your device. Next, before a media owner or a user can schedule their contents or push their content onto the screen, they would need to configure certain settings. This configuration is to be done on the Setup tab. We start the configuration with users. Here a user can add multiple or different types of users, also known as user account. There are a number of different types of accounts to choose from with different access levels. Next, you can create a location. This is the location of the actual screen. Then we need to create a playlist. They can create a specific playlist for a screen, so all they need to do is add the playlist name and add the duration of it, and then it will be linked to that selected screen. Next, a user can then create a default playlist. So this playlist would contain backup contents to be played when the media player is down or there's no active schedule that is running on the current media player. The fifth configuration is the layout. The user can customize the resolution or the size, panel size, of the media player on screen. They can also add custom new panels to fit their preference. Then we have schedule types. Users can group content to their respective category of schedules, such as standby fillers, and they can also add their custom schedule types. Finally, we have brands. So this is to make the reporting more detailed. A user can add a specific brand name or campaign name so that they can tie it to the content that is being scheduled to that screen. On the network section over here, a user can then create a network which consists of multiple screens from their respective locations. It could be also a single screen that a user wants to create for. When the Create button is clicked, the user has to give its name and also set the start and end time of the player, volume, range, screen brightness, and the default values, which is optional. For example, on this screen, many test networks can be seen. When the user selects the ops testing, you can see the CMS page will then go to the storage page. Users can upload their creatives here. On the top right corner, you can see the upload button. The user can drag their files or click to browse files on their machines and select the files that they want to upload. These file formats are supported on the platform. Once uploaded, it will be stored in the LMX cloud. So you can see there's multiple videos, zip files, and HTML saved here. The user can also schedule special widgets available in LMX Content. Here we have some of the widgets such as URL, Google, IMA, which means the vast, and location trigger. The RSS feed and marquee are the text to be displayed on the screen. And then we also have dynamic triggers such as weather trigger, temperature, and air index. So, these are triggers will play a certain creative, based on certain values. For example, weather. Finally we have the live camera feed and audio file and air quality and weather updates. Next, let's move over to the storage page. Here I will show how a user can schedule a particular content to the playlist. A user can select a piece of content and preview it. Users can also manually download it to the local machine, or they can choose to remove it from the cloud storage. On the bottom right corner of the screen, they can click Create Schedule. The users will be sent to the config page of that content. Where they can see the thumbnail of the content, they can adjust the duration of it, they can select the playlist that they want to schedule it into. Users can also select the schedule types, brands, campaign names, which are optional. The start and end date of a content. The repeat feature, if they want to repeat it on the playlist, plus the spots per day if users want to manage the number of spots in that playlist. It also has the day preference where a user can choose his content to be played on specific days. And we have the day part mapping, which is also known as time belting, where the user can choose this content to be played on certain hours. It could be one slot or multiple slots, and they can adjust the timing to specific minutes. On the top right corner, you can then see the sub-content section. This is where users can choose a content for the second loop. For example, I'm going to select this video, let's add this and let's save. Once save, the user will then be brought to the schedule content page. This is where they can see all their playlists and manage their contents in that playlist. If they choose the correct network and select the correct playlist, the user will then be able to see the scheduled content in this playlist. The user will also get to see the configuration that has been set up before. So we have the loop 1 as the main content and also loop 2 being the secondary content, which is also known as the sub-item or sub-content feature that we have. The user can then choose to edit this content, call it off from the display list, and finally copy the shadow so that it will be replicated in the same playlist. Next we will move to the Device Manager section of the CMS. A user can manage all their media players in one zone. They can choose to add new devices, or they could choose to delete devices that are no longer being used. They can view the device information and location information that has been configured previously, and also device properties such as build, version, operating system, and the verification code. This verification code is the code that is being used to link the player app to this platform. This is how a user can download the playlog report for each player. They would just need to click on the Play Log tab, here. Then they would need to click the Get New Log button on the top right corner of the screen. The user will then need to enter the necessary info here to fetch the requested report from each player. Finally, they can download the report in either the CSV or PDF format. The sample of the report should look something like this. This is a CSV format of the report. We have the playlist name, total playing count, the contents that are involved in the playlist, so you can see every instance of the content being locked in the report. We have info such as project name, device network, content type, and of course the content name itself. They can see the content being played in each day, over the hours and each second.